That's a little version of me, Allan. I want you to have it.
I don't really want this.
I took a break for lunch. I come back and I believe there's some leaf blowing noise or some noise outside. So bear with me on that. Oh, I forgot to hit play. But yeah, the first 2 episodes that I've covered, I feel most of it is more heavy on the messaging of the episode than the actual episode, because I think all these episodes are just enjoyable. But now we get to one where I get to really revel in the episode. We're getting to my favorite so far of the season. So, like I said, Mr. President's going to be at the bottom. Gwimbly's going to be in the middle now, because on top so far is going to be a Allan adventure. No correct grammar here. Instead of an Allan adventure, it is a Allan adventure, or a Allan adventure. And, I mean, when you see who shows up in this episode, you know why this is a good episode, but I love the character designs and just characters in general. I'm already looking at ass. Allan's got ass in his bed. He's got a woman in his bed. And I was like, I thought Allan was so gay-coded, but you know what? He's just a Chad in every way, apparently. Allan is cool. So it starts with Allan waking up with a woman in his bed. And yeah, this whole episode is just a day in the life of Allan. It has the best character, the landlord, unfortunately. I was just wondering if you wanted to hang out with me and smoke weed and fill our bellies with diet soda and play Burnout Revenge for the PS2. I love that. I love that so much. I love the way the landlord is presented here. Oh yeah, and we have to do the typical sitcom or cartoon thing where, since this is an Allan episode, we have to get rid of Pim and Charlie. They are going to go on the best adventure of all time. That both of them are excited, and they're gonna have no problems. Because we need them out of the episode. This episode, the main issue or the main MacGuffin, whatever it is, the storyline is that the boss needs paper clips, and there are no more paper clips anywhere. So the whole episode is Allan trying to get paper clips for the boss, and he will be given a special reward. And it is pretty special, I can say that. I want to point it out because this episode has another great moment where the boss breaks character and uses his regular voice.
Cool. I really hurt my finger doing that paperclip bit.
Yeah.
And I would love to shout out the guy who does it. Excuse me. Alright, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. It's Mark M. Shout out to Mark M. He does a lot of great voice acting in this season, as he always is killing it as Mr. Boss, but there's a bit in episode 5 that I really love that I think is also Mark M. Also, I believe he voices Bill Nye in this season too. Sorry for the spoiler, but Bill Nye has already been clipped to death when it comes to what's been clipped out of this season so far. And yeah, and then Allan has a dispute with an associate at a store, as a lot of us do, unfortunately. I've been on both ends, been in situations where it's like, hey, that's not fair, or you're rude, or whatever. And then I've also been on the opposite end where people have been rude and, you know, maybe the policies aren't fair, but they take it out on you, and it sucks either or, but it's just really relatable content with Armzo. And then his boss not even caring about the dispute, but caring more about Armzo's lack of, the fact that Armzo had to stop doing his task in order to speak with Allan. And that's how bosses be, unfortunately, especially at places like this. They don't care. That's how I can say it. And the only line I really like is, it should come up.
You're going back to the psych ward.
Oh yeah, and the only paper clips left are in Crimeville. And I also love the little bit they have where there's clipless paper. And of course, Allan has to go to Crimeville, and he's gonna run into cool people. And he ends up going on one of those scooters. Oh, and then he runs into the old man who has a funny nose, and he teaches him that he doesn't need the paperclip anymore because it is already the same shape as his nose. And I guess his nose works even better than the paperclip, of course. And yeah, this is just a funny little setup, funny little joke. Okay, let's skip to the good stuff here. I steal these things, man. Yes. I was already rewatching this today, and I got caught up rewatching this, and I love that as soon as DJ Spit comes up and steals the paper clips, the whole episode turns into the cinematic aspect ratio. It's the bars dissecting the field of view, and you get the iconic line.
Shut up, man! This helicopter ain't stopping until I'm in Tijuana, man!
And then unfortunately, I do believe that it's supposed to be implied DJ Spit died. But the end of this episode kind of reveals that that may not be the case, and I hope it's not the case because I love DJ Spit. And I love this whole sequence where he's shooting it out with the Air Force. And you can tell from the cinematic shot alone, the budget has went up for season 2. Like this season 2 budget obviously is higher than the first. That's what I appreciate about this show. They were able to do so much with a shoestring budget for the first season. And now they can do the same stuff and a little more for season 2. And then we have Bigfoot relieving himself. I don't think it's realistic. It's realistic because he's grunting and stuff, but he's also... It's unrealistic because if it's the most relieving piss of his life, he's not farting at the same time. So I don't believe it. He did spit though. And then we get pirates that come to life out of bones. Again, there's what happens are just the beats that happen in this episode. Just Bigfoot, pirates, a landlord. What else was there? DJ Spit, of course, old man with a funny nose. And then we get a sequence where Allan speedboats with a rowboat. He rows incredibly fast. And then I also love that this episode has CG, what is it? Either the claymation or CG that looks like claymation, 2D animation. And as far as even season 2 in general goes, even outside of this, oh, and there is some intense 2D animation. I don't even know if that was hand drawn. It probably wasn't, because none of this is hand drawn right here, it seems. But it was very intricately detailed. Oh, and then the Skeleton Breaks character. But even in season 2, they have live action. Like, they experiment fully. Ooh, expressive Allan face. And then we get the best quote. We get the best quote coming up right here. Because I've seen this and quoted it myself after it was a sound on TikTok for a while. Thank God, finally. What the fuck? And then after all this nonsense, Allan just has to go back to his own apartment complex. As he saw the ransom letter, and it's just the landlord the whole time, because he only needs to ask one important question. After setting up 8 months of planning and $80,000 or something like that, an insane amount. And I love the way this landlord is presented. Oh, $750,000, excuse me, and over 8 months of planning.
I was just wondering if you wanted to hang out with me and smoke weed and fill our bellies with diet soda and play Burnout Revenge for the PS2.
How about I come knock your block off? Oh, and he has a bomb. Yeah, of course, as this show likes to be. He makes a funny request and then shows under his trench coat that he has a bomb strapped to his chest. And they play Burnout Revenge for the PS2. And then he heckles him. And then Allan is told through the ghost of the old guy that the paperclip will work on the bomb. He deactivates the bomb. And then the landlord kills himself ceremoniously. He commits... Is it seppuku? Seppuku. Yeah, he commits seppuku. He commits a form of Japanese ritualistic suicide by disembowelment. It was originally reserved for samurai in their code of honor. Okay. Yeah. He performs a traditional samurai ritual after committing failure. Just trying to get the facts out there. 'Cause I don't want to make light of that. That's a real serious thing. Yeah, because the episode ends with Allan receiving a mini version of the boss that anyone would love. But yes, the episode actually just ends with Allan bringing the paperclips and receiving his award, which is just a tiny version of the boss, which realistically anyone would love to have. But Allan is ungrateful as fuck, and he repackages it in front of the boss's eyes and gives it to Charlie. Despite my reaction to that action, I love this episode. It's almost perfect. I think it is perfect. I think it's perfect, actually. I just think I don't know, it's hard to call it a filler episode. It's not like any episodes actually have plot. It's just where I think it's simple. It's just, which is fine. It's just to give us a Allan episode. No, that's all it did. It didn't really do the job, which is cool. It shows that we don't always have to just do the Smiling Friends job. We can do a day in the life of, and I think it does it perfectly. It's just, there are other episodes that get more experimental or have more to say, I guess, that I just appreciate them more than this one. But a Allan adventure is easily better than the entirety of Season 1 and Gwimbly. So far, a Allan adventure is at the top of the entire list. That's how good this episode is. Unfortunately, I think everything after it... No, wait. Episode 4, 5, 6, 7... Okay, everything after this except for episode 8, except for the season finale, is actually better than this episode. I think this is easily better than episode 8, though. I guess I'm giving away how I feel about the season finale, but that's okay. I mean, the last Christmas episode wasn't that high, was it? I don't remember. I was very mid about the Christmas episode, but I think I ended up putting it higher than I said I would. So who knows? Who knows how I feel about these episodes? Oh, actually, a Allan adventure has a post-credit scene. Excuse me. Where the landlord comes back MCU style and plans vengeance against Allan. In the next one, next time on Dragon Ball Z. Next time on Smiling Friends Dragon Ball Z. Next time on Smiling Friends.
Thank God, finally. What the fuck?